Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake.
Every day I wake up and feel
my
shitty.
name is Jake.
My name is Jake, and I go down the street and I go to McDonald's and I say, one, please.
You're listening to Too Damn Loud. My name is Jake, and this is Danny. We're from Homestyle Dinner Rolls.
Bonjour.
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 Danny, what do you think about the current trade war that's going on in the U.S. and Canada? What was your favorite? And you can pick any of these. You don't have to answer.
Okay.
What was your favorite class in school? How are you today? And is World War III going to happen?
All right, well, let's go down the list, why don't we?
Yeah,
trade war between USA and Canada. I think the USA is just fucking stupid right now for even starting that, and the economy is going to plummet.
What do you mean? We need the tariffs to stay healthy.
I think that the tariffs are the dumbest. I think it's the dumbest shit ever.
We'll have so much money.
Favorite class in school, I really fucked. My favorite class I've ever taken was a world religions class.
Oh, shit.
And it was just really interesting to see not only the differences in all the different religions, but the parallels in all the different religions. Because, like, growing up just LDS, like, and then having since, like, when I took that class, I had already, like, left the church, and then, like, being able to look at, like, Christianity versus Islam versus Judaism versus Buddhism, like, they have so much more in common. Like, growing up, I thought these are all completely different religions, but they're all the same. It's the same. Mm-hmm. And, like, especially Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, it's the same God, too, because it's all Abrahamic. It just splits off into 3 different directions, and I'm like, that's what you're killing each other about?
That's what we have war for.
That's what, like, how is everyone who's religious, how are they not, like, so buddy-buddy with each other?
I don't know. Because fear.
Makes no sense.
They've been told to kill each other.
That was maybe the most eye-opening and interesting class I had ever... And it makes me want to learn about all the other religions because they're so fascinating and there's so much depth to it all. And it's, like, so incredible to learn... Excuse me, I'm burping from that monster ultra
Danny
sunrise.
tried an orange monster.
And it's so bad.
And he hates it.
The orange monster fucking sucks.
We were laughing because he's like, oh, I'll try a new one today. And
it's
he
so
fucking
bad.
hates it.
I should have stuck to my fucking Mango Loco or my fucking Zero White.
Dude, Mango
but
Loco.
I know, that's the shit.
Oh.
What was the... How am I today? Yeah. I'm pretty good. I didn't get a lot of sleep because I worked a late shift last night. Definitely not because I played video games after the late shift before I went.
Why do you do that, man?
Because I have no time.
Yeah. What time do you go to bed? Come on.
I went to bed at like 3.
Why, man?
I haven't gone to bed before like 1:30 in a long time. Here's the thing, right? Because like when you work night shift, it's like when you get home, you can't go right to bed. You gotta. At least
wind
for me,
down.
I'm like, I gotta wind down. I gotta get out of work. If I go to bed with a work mindset, then I'm just gonna get shitty sleep. So like, I gotta come home and shower and relax for a bit, and that usually takes me until like 1 or 2.
Interesting.
To mentally clock out of that.
Yeah. There's a phenomenon. It's called, I don't know what it's called, but basically you get revenge on your day because you didn't have enough time to do what you liked throughout your day. Yeah. So you do it at night.
100%.
Is that the
That's
same
what
thing?
I do.
You're like, no, I didn't get time to play video games.
I'm like, my whole day has been like fucking making videos and working in a restaurant. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play a video game. Damn it.
I mean, it's fair enough. I want you to get good sleep. I think it would be amazing.
I know. I think genuinely my mental health would be better if I had better sleep.
Yeah.
But also then it's like, where's the balance? Because then like my whole day to day is just work, sleep, wake up, work, sleep.
Yeah,
so that little area, that little couple hours after working,
that makes sense.
Where I fucking game like a motherfucker.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What was the last question? Oh, World War III.
Oh, here's the thing. I don't genuinely, if a World War III happens, like my viewpoint on it is it's like, it's not really going to matter because we're all just going to explode in nuclear warfare. Anyway. Like,
so why stress?
If there's a war, no, why stress?
We are fucked.
If there's a World War III, here's what's going to go down. You're going to watch the news and you're going to go, oh my God, World War III is, and then boom, a nuke hits your fucking city, and then everyone is obliterated. And you will be toasted.
Not even bones.
You will be eliminated into ash.
You will be the ash you came from.
Why worry about it when it's like, well, if World War III does happen, it's just going to be lights out anyway. You know, that's how I see it.
That's true. You know, I am kind of I get scared about not necessarily World War III, but I'm like, God damn, like if there's another world war, if there's another war that involves like us attacking someone, and I'm not talking funding the genocide of people, but I'm talking going
like America versus Germany again or something.
We are the bad guys, man. Like seriously,
yeah, totally.
We're the enemies.
How can we not be?
It's really scary because currently, I mean, you know, they say history does that one thing where it repeats itself.
Oh yeah.
And
like a catchy chorus, like when you're listening to "Good Luck, Babe" over and over and over.
Shit. Yeah, but I don't know, man. It kind of scares me. That's why I asked.
It doesn't scare me because here's the thing. Like, I think weirdly enough, like modern warfare is so horrific that I'm like, no one's gonna
live.
It's not because war isn't fought with soldiers anymore. War is fought with drones and airstrikes and fucking artificial intelligence honing in on their victims and sending a missile to go right to, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
I guess.
That's modern warfare. So it's like, I'm not
gonna stress about
what's going to happen?
Fuck them. Well, you guys sent in some questions to our email. We were talking about this. We read a comment on YouTube, and we want to thank whoever's idea this was. But they said you should read the comments on YouTube should be the questions. And I was like, that's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
We're going to do that next time. But right now...
Should we look at the YouTube comments and
let's see if there's any questions.
Let's see if there are any questions. Hold on. I got it pulled up here. Okay, so this is the last... Oh, that's episode 3. Stall while I look for a question in the YouTube comments.
You guys know Luke Bryan, the guy, the singer?
Fuck Luke Bryan.
Fuck him. I hate him.
He's such a... His music is the worst music I've ever heard.
He's a sellout.
He released a song like 2 years ago called like Margarita or something. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, let's drink a margarita on the beach. And I'm like,
you're like, okay.
who is I want to meet the person who listens to that song and is like, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's probably genuinely, it's probably like 45-year-old guys, man. They're like white dads, 50, 60. They're like, it's funny because it's like, we want country music, we want real music. But in reality, that's
the most corporate pop music
absolutely,
ever.
Absolutely.
And it's just so pandery, you know, like the
the lyrics. I got my hat and shit like that. I don't know.
I drive my truck down the dirt road,
and I do.
And then I look at my blonde girlfriend,
and we
drive on the mud.
Kiss me, blonde girlfriend. Danny's connected to this Bluetooth speaker over here. Just disconnect. Nah, fuck it. Yeah, we like it.
Find any questions.
Well, guys, you failed the task. We didn't even tell you to follow.
We're just gonna go. Yeah, we didn't even tell. We're just gonna
what the
go
fuck was
down
that,
the list.
guys? Where were your questions in the YouTube comments?
Okay, so Luna Rose asks us, "Would you ever visit the UK? I would love to see you guys live." And then serious question, Gerard Way or Hayley Williams. So starting with the UK, that we'll get to the Gerard versus Hayley.
That's such an easy
question. But the answer is totally fucking Gerard. Hey, spoiler alert, it's Gerard is our answer without a shadow of a doubt.
100%.
But the UK, I would love to visit the UK so much. I was just barely, one of my favorite Dungeons and Dragons podcasts that I listen to is Dungeons and Daddies. And it's less sexual than it
turned
sounds.
On in the car, and we were both sitting there.
And just listen to it.
And Danny looked at me like someone waiting for someone to open the present they gave them. Like,
it's so fun.
Like, what do you think?
Okay, if you started at episode 1, you'd have a great time. I'm serious.
How many episodes are there? Like 970?
No. That's Critical Role. Dungeons and Daddies is way shorter.
Oh, cool.
Because when me and my partner started dating, we listened to it together, and like it only took us like a month of listening to like 1 or 2 episodes a day to listen to the whole first season.
Oh shit, okay.
I'm telling you,
there's seasons.
Yeah, dude, it's like a TV show.
Well, it's a podcast where they play a board game.
It's a TTRPG, but if you want to simplify it to a board game, all right.
What's a TTRPG?
It's a tabletop role playing game. Tabletop role playing game.
So it's a game that you play with pieces on a table.
No.
Sorry,
No.
I got that wrong.
It's not. It's more than, because here's the thing.
No, it's not.
That's the difference between a board game and a role-playing game. Because the difference is, it's like you have a character, and it's like acting. You're in it, and you're saying things, and there's the dungeon master, and you make choices. And
you know, I do all those things
in Monopoly. Yeah, fuck yourself.
I do.
Go fuck yourself. Dude, it is not even close.
You see me make a trade deal in Monopoly. I'm a killer.
I know
I'm
you
a
are.
Killer, dude.
You are a fucking corporate.
I'm like, no. I'm like, I'll give you discounted rent every time you hit my property for 10 turns if you give me your property for $70
Yeah, this guy
off.
he worked in sales for like a couple years, and one time I was over at our buddy's house and they were all sales bros. And it was the most intense game of Monopoly I have ever played, because it was just like, you will have immunity from my properties if you give me 25% of all of your income from the railroads. And it's like, oh my God. But anyway.
That's how it went.
But Dungeons and Daddies, they went on a European tour, and I was listening on their Patreon. They have like a podcast where they just talked about like all of the experiences of touring in Europe and seeing the beautiful sights and eating the different food and like the difference in the architecture between the US and the UK and the difference of like the venues and how the crowds interact. And all I could think was like, God, it would be so fun. So fun to do a European tour. It would be so fucking fun.
And Australia.
It's
going to be awesome.
That would be really, really cool. They were saying on the podcast that like it's common if you do an Australian tour to hit like Australia, New Zealand and Japan.
Ooh.
That's usually like what people do, apparently, according to Dungeons.
Because we know we have a lot of people going, come to Japan. I wonder if we've ever gotten one.
We have.
Japan?
Well, yeah, I've checked. We have had listeners
really
in Japan.
That's sick.
I don't know about people asking us to like do a show there, but I've seen on Spotify that there are people in Japan who have listened to our music.
That's fucking sick.
Nuts, right?
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. Okay, now let's get to the real meat of the question, though.
Yes.
Gerard Way or Hayley Williams?
Never Hayley Williams. Always Gerard Way.
Here's the thing. I love Hayley, but Gerard's Gerard. I mean, like, no front man, in my opinion. Here's the thing. These kinds of questions are so pointed. If you're talking to these two motherfuckers right here, you know we're gonna say Gerard. Like he's our little boy. He's our sweet little boy.
No.
You didn't like my phrasing?
Yeah, well, he's our
dude. I just love Gerard Way.
He's our boy. You know.
Yeah.
We ride or die. You know. Love Gerard.
I love like the last tour that they went on, and he had like a different like elaborate costume and outfit each night. Like that's just so fucking fun.
When I saw them, he came out in a poncho. It was camouflage.
Oh, really?
And then he took it off like at the third song and he was like sweating everywhere.
Oh, damn.
Dude,
like, respect for the commitment though, man.
Dude, it was sick. And they were so good. I love MCR. They've got to be, I was telling my friend this, and we have very, very different music tastes, but I told her, I was like, MCR is probably one of the greatest bands of all time.
I agree.
And she goes, that's an opinion. And I was like...
You're like, yeah, the right opinion.
Like, honestly, I bet you could get a lot of people to agree that they are one of the best bands of all time. I don't know, their music, there's something about music that can stick for a long period of time. Like the Black Parade stays good.
It stays good.
Relevant.
It stays relevant.
Because it's got elements of the old shit.
Yeah.
Of like rock and roll and stuff like that. And some newer things. But it wasn't fully like this new modern sound. And it wasn't like fully just some old AC/DC ripoff or anything like that. It was perfect.
And it really speaks to My Chemical Romance, because it's like when they had their 5-year hiatus or whatever, like I started listening to them like after they had initially broken up.
Yeah.
And it's like
they got more fans.
It's incredible to be a broken up band, not doing anything, and getting new fans, and getting a new community of people.
You know
obsessed
who does that?
With your music
is Oasis. Their fan base, especially in the UK and everything, they have like a shit ton of young fans now. It's incredible because you got people that are like 50 that are like Oasis, and you got people that are like 15,
16,
you know, and they're like, whoa, Oasis.
I will say though,
It's
Hayley
legendary.
Williams has some of the best stage presence I have ever. Like, have you watched videos of Hayley Williams like singing the songs and dancing? Like, it is really a spectacle.
I haven't seen it.
It is really.
I do know they had to get physical therapy because they were headbanging so hard.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow, dude.
I know. And I was like, okay, respect. So they're rockers, obviously, but I'll be honest, and this is going to be a hot take. every time Paramore comes on,
I'm not gonna like what you're about to say.
Every time
I love Paramore.
no, listen, man. Every
No,
time,
no, I can tell you're just gonna shit on him.
no, I'm not gonna shit on him.
No, go ahead.
I skip it because it sucks.
God damn it!
And I'm not their old stuff, obviously, but it's just pop. It's just pop.
Old music.
Lots of it is just pop.
No,
be honest.
Yes, I'm being honest. Riot.
Lots
the
of it,
album Riot, or the first one with the couch.
No, lots of their stuff is just pop. At least the stuff that pops up for me.
You like pop,
yeah, but not their pop. It's just not grabby.
dude. Have you listened to All I Wanted?
All I want, yeah,
yeah.
I know that one.
Dude, there's this video.
And I'm not saying that's a bad song because that doesn't pop.
There's a video of
me.
like, speaking of like elaborate costumes and stuff. I forgot what. It was at like a festival or something. But Haley was singing it, and like half of her face had like rainbow tears falling down, and the other one had just like black and white tears falling down. It was a really cool makeup look, and she was just like singing that song with her whole chest, and I was like, she is one of the best performers of our time.
I do their old stuff. I understand it's more rock, and it's less grabby to me, but that's okay. It's just not my cup of tea.
Or You Are the Only Exception, or Still Into You.
Again, like all those songs, that is a straight up pop song,
and it's Still Into
like
You
it.
is a newer. That's newer Paramore.
Yeah, I do like
not
that.
new, but newer.
There's been a lot of songs besides those like staples that turn on, and I'm like,
that's fair.
It's not grabby.
Like their latest album was just pop.
Yeah, I'm like stop.
And I was like,
and if
and
we're
it
gonna
was
talk,
good, but I was like, yeah.
No offense, if we're gonna talk about corporate, it's a band who went from making rock to making.
How much of that was just
them doing what they want to do?
Because they're allowed to change styles.
Oh,
like,
totally.
I don't think they should be
totally.
locked in to pop punk just because it's what they started with and what got them famous.
Yeah, the bands can change, but also, was it a corporate change or not? Because
Who knows?
Who knows? Still Into You, that did them numbers, and it was.
Oh, it was a great song.
I think it was a great mix of like it still had that rock. You can still hear the guitars and everything, and then it's got just a poppy everything.
But I also think we might be the outlier on this because like my sister Abby loves the new album, especially, and I know a lot of people love the new album because like I think Zach Farrow and we don't know a lot about Paramore, so do not believe
I know
any
almost
facts
nothing about
that we're
Paramore.
saying,
I'm just talking
but
about
Zach Farrow. I think is like the guitarist and one of the songwriters, and he returned for the album, and so their latest album had like a lot of good songs, and I listened to a few of them, and they just didn't really grab me, but I could see the appeal.
Here's what I'll do. I'll listen to Paramore for the next week.
Can I send you like 5 songs?
Sure. You send me 5 songs by Paramore. I'll listen to them by next week. I'll
review it.
I'll refine my opinion because again, that stuff, the current stuff that's popping up for me, that's not like a big song of theirs. I'm like, man, it's not really.
Yeah, you gotta know. I'll send you the best ones because there are some bangers. Like I would not be surprised if you come back next week.
And I'm like, I love
and you're like, Paramore's so good. I don't know what happened. Like, I'm such a fan now.
Knowing me, I probably will.
Yeah,
I do that
could totally,
all the time.
I could totally see you doing it. I remember you did that with my chem.
I hated MCR when I was like 16, 17.
I remember I sat down with you and our old drummer, Aowen, and I showed you guys The End and Dead. I showed you the first 2 songs.
I hate this.
And both of you were like, and then like skip 2 years and both of you were like obsessed with the album. You're like, oh, it's the best album ever. And I was like, I know it's the best album ever. That's what I've been trying to tell you for years.
It falls upon deaf ears, and that's the problem. It's at least how I used to be, especially in high school. It's like I had an opinion and that was that. But I want to be wrong about Paramore. I'd like to have something that I know is good. You know?
Yeah, I think you'd really like a lot of their songs.
Abigail Thompson
let's do
says, "Hi, Jake and Danny."
Well, you got to read the header of the email.
Correct order, by the way. The header is, what's your favorite concert that you've ever been to?
That's a good question. Hey. Shush. Calm down. Do you need your pills?
I need my pills. Danny, can you go get my pills?
Yeah, I'll go get your pills.
Okay. Guys, we're going to take a break. I just need to go get my ointment and my pills.
Your ointment? What's the ointment?
It's for my butt.
Oh.
Or something. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Favorite concert we've ever been to?
Never mind.
No.
That's one of those moments where it's like if we weren't filming a podcast, I was gonna tell you a story, and then I remembered that I'm holding the microphone, and I probably should have.
No, go ahead.
I don't know.
You can't just. We can't be talking about butt ointment and then you go, dude. Never mind. No, feel free. Feel free.
No, it's not even a good story.
I had butt ointment one time.
It's not even fun.
That would be a shitty story. Not gonna lie.
Fun story, man.
Go ahead.
No
story where you need butt ointment is a fun story.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna
like any story that involves ointment that you put on your butt seems
it
like
might not be a fun story.
Gruesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even have butt ointment.
Okay, then what are you talking about?
I don't even know, man. I was gonna say like
one time.
It's not even like here's the thing. It's not even entertaining. I was just gonna talk.
You're
about
like an old guy at a bar that's like one time, and then he tells the most crazy story about.
Well, I was gonna say is like
about some hate crime.
Dude,
he
like
committed.
a few like the past like month or so, we live in Utah and it's really dry, and I have eczema, and it gets bad with stress, and like I had really bad eczema on my ass, on my butt,
that
and
sucks.
like when I would take a hot shower, like it would sting super bad because it was just so dry, like the eczema
on your cheeks
was so
or your
bad
crack, bro.
on my cheeks, on the cheeks.
that's-
Thank God, not the
that's-
crack. Can you imagine? That would be terrible.
Can you imagine you're wiping your ass?
But like it was like my sides and my butt were just super dry and
That really
irritated,
sucks.
but it's better now. That's all I was gonna say. But then I was like, do I want to be talking about my butt eczema on the podcast?
Well, now everyone knows. When's the last time you saw a doctor? Did you see a doctor about that?
Fuck no. Okay, you know what happened? If I go to a doctor and I say I have eczema on my and it's
They're like,
and
just
it's
wait it
irritated
out.
on my butt, they'd be like, that sucks. Here's some moisturizer.
Here's
and
some
I'd be
butt
like,
ointment.
thanks.
Your butt ointment. They're like, here's some really expensive moisturizer you could buy from us, or you could buy some of the same stuff at the store for like $10.
Yeah, man.
That's
Trust your doctor, but I don't trust my doctor.
The thing is, I went to the doctor, and it's interesting because my wrist was hurting. We were not filming. We were recording.
Yeah.
Recently, and my wrist was like hurting, like the tendon. And I go in and I'm explaining to the nurse, I'm like, the tendon hurts. And she goes, so do you want an x-ray? And I go, yeah. And as we were going in, I asked the x-ray lady, I was like, wait, is this only for bones and not tendons? And she's like, yeah. I was like, then why did you
charge you for the?
Yeah.
Ah, great.
It was like $13. So thank goodness. But they, this is not an interesting story. Now that I think
We're just telling our medical history on the podcast.
Oh yeah. I remember
I had eczema all over my butt.
Danny, I remember the point of this story. Basically, what happens is I go in and I go, yeah, so it hurts. They do the x-ray. She goes, oh yeah, so your bone's not broken. And your wrist, you can just she's like, you could take like ibuprofen or
Get out.
and put it in a thing. And I was like, okay. And I remember I was kind of upset because I was like, that was useless. That was money I could have saved, stuff I sort of already knew. But also, to be fair, I paid for a diagnosis and I got a diagnosis. And I know it's not worse than just an inflamed tendon.
That's true.
And that's been overworked.
That's true.
So I was like,
but it would be a whole lot easier to make that call if the healthcare system wasn't so abhorrently fucked that if we go in for something that we think is a problem and it's not a problem, that they charge us out the ass just for getting inspected.
And then they go, hey,
that shit should be free.
Here's
dude.
also some pills that you could take that I'm getting paid to prescribe
people
you.
Shouldn't be afraid. Like if I have a medical issue, like
I shouldn't be scared to go to the doctor.
Butt eczema, I should have the freedom in a first world country to be able to go. I'm gonna go and have a doctor look at this and say, oh yeah, your butt is fucking itchy.
And then be like, okay.
And then be like,
here's
okay,
what you do.
Here's what you do. And like maybe if it's like, oh, you have cancer, pay me money and I'll fix your cancer. Sure.
Maybe.
But I shouldn't have to be worried about going because that's how people like live their whole lives not going to the doctor, not
also,
getting diagnosed for stuff.
Cancer specifically, I'm like, it's so expensive.
That should be free. It should be free.
That's ridiculous.
How do we live in a world where fucking like Elon Musk has billions of dollars and I go to the doctor because my butt's itchy, and I have to pay them to tell me to put moisturizer on it.
I
went to the I have heart problems, and I went to the doctor, and I said I think I have heart problems, and they did like a ultrasound of my heart, and they're like, oh yeah, your heart is too big and it doesn't work right. And I was like, it sucks. Can you do anything? And they're like, no, not really. And I was like, what do I do? And they were like,
I don't know. Like, you're gonna die.
They're like, I don't know.
They're like, if you overwork it,
and I was like, should I do anything? And they're like, just try not to overwork your heart. And I was like, no shit, Sherlock.
No, fucking.
And then they charged me money.
They're like, here you go. My favorite was when you told me, you're like, dude, I was walking up the stairs and I just passed out. You're like, you said my heart.
Yeah, it just collapsed.
You said your heart was it slow or fast? And then you fell.
I was walking up the stairs and then it started palpitating super fast.
Yeah.
And then I fell, I tripped, and I just fell. Thankfully, I reached the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
So I didn't fall. I collapsed just on the ground at the top of the stairs. And then I was lying there and my heart like slowed and then stopped. That's what happens when it gets really bad. Is it palpitates really fast.
And it slows and stops.
Then it slows and it stops. And it's like I can feel like time stop almost. Because it's like,
oh my God, I've never heard this.
Oh really? Because I will do it with my breath. This is how my heartbeat feels, right? It's like,
oh fuck that, dude. Fuck that.
And then it goes back to normal. Fuck but like that. when it slows and it'll stop and it's like I can feel everything just.
You're waiting for it.
And I'm waiting for it. And then it comes back and it's really painful.
And it punches, right?
And it's really painful because I can feel it like punching
Damn.
as my heart starts to like beat again.
Wow. And you were like, yeah, I fell at the top of the stairs and I like passed out and collapsed. And you explained that and I was like, so is that a heart attack?
I was like, no,
not really.
Not really. Not a heart attack. My heart did attack
My heart attacked me, and I felt like I died.
It's not a heart attack.
You know what would suck is if I was like, hey, Dan, you want to, and I like came over here for practice or something, and you were just dead.
And I was just dead. It could happen. It's crazy because I keep forgetting what the name of the condition is because it's so fucking long. And
large heart syndrome.
Big heart. You're heart too big syndrome.
You're a lover, you know.
I'm a lover. Exactly.
That's what it's called.
But my coworker of mine actually has the exact same thing.
Really?
And we figured it out because we have like the same.
It's called autoerotic asphyxiation. You have that. And dude, it's a horrible disease, and I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I just love like getting choked and shit. It was so fucking. Anyway,
yeah.
But like, it was very interesting talking to someone who had the same experiences because it's like,
and your heart,
like we like lifting weights at the gym. Like we have to take long breaks, or roller coasters really fuck with our heart sometimes. Like I'll just pass out on roller coasters.
Oh shit!
Like fully, like my heart just can't take it, and I'll just go.
Remember when we did the commercial?
And
you rode the roller coaster like 4 times in a row.
Yeah, I didn't know we were gonna go on it over and over. And I was like, "Did you see me like nearly passing out?"
Just like, barely.
No, literally
clinging onto life on the coaster. And they're like, "We're going again."
But
it's like
I
torture.
was talking to my friend Alex because we had the same like heart problems. It's an interesting issue because like I've had to come to terms with the fact that I was like, I could die at like 40. I could die at like 40 years old.
Yeah,
because I have a bad heart. And I think that's given me just like, I think we were talking on a podcast a couple episodes ago about how I am like more comfortable with the idea of death. And I think that's just because I've had to face like, I could die young.
Because it's knocking at
No, literally. I was like, I could totally, if I could like have a panic attack or something and die young. Cool. And I just have to like enjoy every day and make the most of every day. Otherwise, I think it would freak me the fuck out.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy. And I've made my peace with the fact I hope it happens on stage. I've said this before.
If it does happen on stage.
Again, how fucking rock and roll would it be to
die on stage?
I mean, it would traumatize all
everyone
of our fans.
There. But
dude, what a way
Daddy
to
died.
What a way to go out if I was like, and then I just collapsed.
And you said if you die, then hopefully
you're getting so famous.
Yeah, hopefully
you were getting so
hopefully
famous.
the band blows up.
No, yeah. Can you imagine if I
it's so
I have a heart attack on stage And then you like, dude, you were getting
So
all
true.
the sympathy streams, bro.
Dude, yeah. You're like, this is so sad. He loved the song Take. Please stream it on Spotify.
Anyways, our new single comes out. What a capitalistic nightmare.
I know, because I'm sure, like, Lil Peep,
Yeah, how they all just exploded after
First off,
dying.
they blew up after they died, but also
People milked them.
their moms were like,
Really?
or it was X's mom made so much.
Wow.
And that might be a rumor. I don't.
That's so
But
morbid.
she was just posting his
Yeah.
demos and shit, being
Yeah.
like, he's dead, and then people were like, oh my god, like this is awesome, like, and
Like
miss
artists
him
would
already.
post like collabs with them,
and they were dead,
and they were
Yeah.
dead, and it's like, how is that not?
Yeah.
I'll say maybe the most atrocious in my opinion, and this is an old story, so don't go after Yellow Card for this. But Yellow Card sued Juice WRLD after he died.
It's like, fuck you, you took our song, and he's like,
it's like.
they're like, Juice WRLD, you listen to me.
You are suing a dead man for ripping off a song that it doesn't even sound like he ripped off.
In court, the judge is like,
That's just so
okay,
stupid,
Mr.
bro.
Juice WRLD, did you copy the song? And he's like, and they're like,
Like, oh yeah, it's a dead guy.
yeah,
You're suing a dead.
you're suing a dead person.
dead man who died in his 20s.
and didn't they like change their mind?
yeah, they stopped. They dropped the lawsuit, so it's not that
Probably
big of a
because people were like, hey, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, because everyone was like, "Yo,
there's
what?
a dead guy,
like
and you were
you're suing a
the
guy
shit out
who
of him?
tragically died, and everyone misses."
Yeah. How did he die again? Drugs in
I
his
don't
system or
remember.
something? I don't know. Favorite concert? We're all the way
Oh,
back.
yeah,
That was the
favorite
original
concert.
question.
I have a lot of
Yeah, shit.
favorite concerts.
Bowling for Soup is always good. Like
Bowling for Soup.
the first one
really-
was
the first one was
really
I mean,
good.
we talked about how annoying
how the second one sucked.
was, but that was
not because of Bowling for Soup, because of the audience.
I think one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to. One of my favorite bands. I talked about this one a little bit last time too. One of my favorite bands is the Wonder Years, and I saw the Wonder Years and Knucklepuck at a small venue in Salt Lake called Soundwell.
You did tell me
And
about this.
It was just like, it was the most fun crowd and the most intimate concert. And this is a band that I listened to all throughout high school and in the peak of my fucking emo ass, like they got me through all those emo times where I was all emo.
And you were emo
And so
did
like,
emo things?
it was just like the whole feeling, the whole concert had the feeling of like, putting your arms around your neighbors and swaying and just screaming along the lyrics of like a sad bridge, and it felt like a community,
Which
That
is
felt
how
like
it should be
community,
at a
which felt
show.
great. Same thing. Billy Joel is also maybe my number
yeah.
2 for my favorite concert I've ever been to, because that was another one where I was like, I never thought I'd be able to see him live, and he was like one of the biggest influences in my like early teens and childhood.
Yeah, you liked that guy.
And so, like, being able to, and he's just, like, on the piano, it's just some of the most incredible work I've ever seen. He has so much life to him still, and it's great fucking concert.
I liked MCR,
Yeah.
of course. Slash's show,
Like the blues one
that
recently?
was so good.
Wow.
That was, because Slash, what I noticed is, I think Guns N' Roses, we've talked about this, but I think they're playing to a metronome now.
Yeah.
In their ears, because I can see like Slash kind of wants to get it going. You'll notice I pay attention to Slash the most, but I think he really wants to get moving and really grooving. Because the first time I saw them, they were full of energy. And the second time I saw Guns, they were kind of like pacing it, and I was like, interesting. But the Blues Ball was awesome because he
Just
like. The
fucking
solos,
ripping it.
oh
no
yeah, and
click,
the
no
solos to the
structure.
album too. Like he got exact, like he didn't go off script.
Cool.
He stuck to those because
On like Killing Floor and stuff.
yeah, and then some of the songs, of course, he would just go crazy on. But yeah, he was great to see. Slash Miles Kennedy Conspirators, that was great. That was like
God.
fucking great, dude. And the audience was great. It's funny because it's me, and then there's like a ton of 40-ish year olds, 50-year-olds, or even up to 70, and they don't know any of the songs.
Really?
No,
Because they're just going for Slash?
because they're like, Slash, Guns N' Roses, Slash,
Wow.
But there was also like there's a few kids my age and everyone was bouncing. Like it's crazy how everyone just loves, like the energy is just so good. I'm relating to 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds. We're all like, this guy's fucking sick.
Dude, if you're a rock and roll fan and you haven't listened to Slash
Miles Kennedy
with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, you're doing yourself a disservice, man. That shit is so good.
You are.
Apocalyptic Love.
Yeah, you go do that album. Start there. That shit's
that shit is, and that's an amazing rock and roll album.
And they played a lot of songs from that when I saw them, which was surprising. I thought they were gonna do all their new stuff. They barely touched World on Fire. Like they played one.
That makes sense.
And then that first album, they played a lot.
Anastasia.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I tried running up at the end for Anastasia, and the security guy like pushed me back.
No.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
That's so cool, man. Okay, Phoenix Burley says, "Holy shit, guys, y'all are my favorite band, and I have a performance question. I was wondering what you do to help with performing. I do pageants for my school, and I have trouble figuring out what to do when I'm performing songs. I just normally stand there and move a little bit, so I never win the talent portion. Anyways, if you could give me some advice on performing better, that would be great. You guys are my favorite band, and I love sharing your music to my friends. I'm going to your show at the Ghost Club in Phoenix.
Yes!
I can't wait to see it and hear you guys perform live.
Let's go!
Please play Lullaby because it's my favorite. Spoiler alert, we're not going to play Lullaby.
We are not going to play that song.
Thank you so much. That's very exciting. I have an answer for you. So for performing songs, genuinely the number one thing that you can do to become more comfortable is just practicing. So like just do a lot of performances. Do every performance that you can. Do open mic nights. Play at like pageants like you were saying. And weirdly for me, like this is the answer that no rock band wants to listen to. But like a big reason of why I became comfortable on stage was I grew up doing theater like my entire life. And so having like a director telling you what to do and instilling that like how to act and what to do with your arms, how to project to an audience, how to connect with an audience, like having someone like actively teaching you how to do all of those things through theater, that's just helpful. Make you more comfortable. And then if you do theater, I highly recommend it if anyone wants to become a singer or a musician and want to have good stage presence, because it's just a lot of practice. Performing on stage, performing in front of people, doing things you're not comfortable doing, because performing is not a comfortable thing. And so...
But you know why you want to perform? Why anyone wants to perform? Is to get attention, man. Yeah. And I at the end of the day, if you want to get that attention and feel good about it, you have to put out a performance you're happy with, you know?
Yeah.
And I think what really does help is making sure the audience you're performing in front of is going to be, what's the word? Susceptible? Accepting of?
Yeah, susceptible to it.
Yes, because you got, like I think about open mic nights, those are great because it's like people go up, they put their whole soul into a song, and everyone is like, yeah. And so you can fully perform when the audience is ready for it. But I think about, for example, like a school talent show might not be the same.
Yeah, you know? That's true.
Because the audience it depends on what you're doing. The audience might just be like, whatever.
But it also might be good to get that practice.
That's true.
As a band, you will run into a lot of places where you're opening for another band.
And they're like...
And the audience doesn't care
They don't want you. They want the other guys.
Part of performing is being able to, even when there's an audience that's not receptive to you,
that's true.
To be able to win them over.
That's true.
And to connect to them and not let it get in your head.
But I think... Yeah, I that's true. That's very true. I think it's good to practice when you have an audience that's susceptible. It's good to go all out, like fully boom, and understand how that feels and implant that in your brain. Because you remember when we played the Velour the very first time, and the audience was crazy, and we went all out.
Yeah,
remember? And we were like, "Holy crap, we did it!" Do that. That feeling doesn't leave, you know, because now you know what it feels like. You're like, okay, I need to chase that. So when you have an audience that's not as, susceptible, you have this goal in your head of how you want to feel. Yeah. And you'll naturally get that.
Dude, I'll be honest, like we've had a lot of shows like when there's an audience that's not susceptible, like in my head, I'm almost like challenge accepted.
Yeah, you're like, come
and
on.
I like crack jokes, and I look at him, and I'll
Yeah.
look directly at like one
And be
motherfucker, and I'll like jam out and like rock out with them until they start like following and like
until
smiling
you get
along with
people
me
going.
and having fun.
It's true. You have to just be out there, you know, because especially when you're opening for someone, you have to really get the audience to be like, okay, I'm
Dude,
warmed up.
almost a better feeling
Is winning them.
Yeah,
It
almost a
is.
better feeling than having like an audience that already loves you.
Is getting an audience
Is getting an
to
audience
like
that
you.
like is thinking about you, and then like
then
seeing
they
them
like
slowly
you.
start to smile
Yes.
and rock out and jump and dance.
That
like,
is the best.
Winning them over.
That is the
feels
best.
so good.
That does feel
It's like
so
making
good.
a new friend.
It is. It's like but you have to put in the grunt work. You got to understand that you're going to be performing. You're going to be going all over the place.
You got to be comfortable.
And you should expect that everyone's going to be like not impressed with you, you know? But don't let that stop you. Keep going. And then when they do get impressed, you're going to go, holy shit,
Totally.
it's working.
And another thing with like, you're worried about just like standing there and like not knowing what to do. But a lot of that is like when you sing at your house, naturally you move, you dance, you act.
Do that.
You do that. But the way you do that is just become comfortable. Become comfortable on stage. Like do it enough to the point where going on stage and singing into a
second
mic
nature.
feels natural. And then naturally your body will act how it wants to act and you will move how you want to move. Because stage presence isn't limited to, it's not dancing or it's not like a specific way to move because every person, every performer has their unique way that they express their personality. So let that come naturally to you.
Think Liam Gallagher. He doesn't move.
He doesn't move at all, but he's got
But
presence.
that presence is killer.
Or
you know?
like the lead singer of that black metal band or the doom metal band who's blowing up on TikTok. He just stares at the audience.
Yeah.
And that's his presence. It just comes naturally.
Exactly. And it makes you want to look.
Because I dance real crazy. Because like,
we
when
jump
I'm
and
comfortable, I like to dance all funny and weird.
Yeah.
Like Dave Byrne has a much different energy on stage than like the lead singer, of like Sisters of Mercy, the goth guy who like just acts all cool and aloof and mysterious.
Yeah.
So whatever comes naturally to you when you feel comfortable, but just get your reps in. Just keep performing. Just keep doing it.
Don't stop and don't give up. That's
It's
the
like
biggest thing.
if you're playing football, you got to go to your practices, run your drills, right? Do your dress rehearsals.
I've never played football.
Really? I almost joined the team.
I know, I remember. And you got talked out of it.
Yeah.
That'd be so weird to have you on the football team.
I know. I could have been a very different person.
Yeah, we all know the football type, you know. Yeah.
My partner did not believe me.
You're like, no,
They were like, you didn't almost. And I was like, no, really.
you're like,
and they
I
were
was
like,
there.
explain to me how football works. And I outlined every position and like how the games flow. And they were like, oh my God. They were like,
who are you?
They were like,
You.
my non-binary partner, like who
in football.
also loves theater. And we've talked about theater.
You're like, I like
they were like,
football.
who
I know
are
everything
you
about
and what
football.
have you done with it?
Football, the
They were like,
greatest
who
sport.
is this
America.
It was very funny. We went to like a party and I was playing like beer pong and I was the most like masculine
Man.
energy they've ever seen.
You're
That
a
it
man.
was very funny, man.
You know, at the end
There's
of the day,
nothing more masculine.
at the end of the day, sometimes guys are just guys. You know,
It's fun, man.
it's fun to be a guy sometimes. Me and Danny arm wrestle sometimes to solve things. You
It's
know?
great. I think like there's not enough positive masculinity.
Yeah, positive. There's a
Especially
difference.
nowadays, like masculinity is so skewed towards
to being a dick.
Being a dick.
It's like
and the Donald Trump, Elon Musk
they're like,
way of masculinity.
you must be masculinity. You must be masculine, which means just fucking hate women, fucking hate minorities. Like it's like that is
dude.
not masculine.
To
you know?
me, being masculine, I don't know
Is
if we talked
loving.
about this on the
Is
podcast.
loving.
Is like being honorable and protecting your loved ones and being strong and
Being strong is important.
Having reserve, like that
Exactly.
is masculine to me. And like fucking arm wrestling or playing beer pong with your shirt off or cheering at a sports game. Like that shit's so fun sometimes.
It is fun. It's fun. But the thing is, you're not getting in anyone's way. You're not being a dick.
No. It's strength isn't about putting your ego above somebody else's. It's about standing up for people. That's strength.
That is strength, standing up for people who can't stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
It's crazy how when a white cisgendered man speaks, people listen. Isn't that kind of crazy? It's kind of crazy. Like, it's scary when you think about it. There's so many of them in control.
Yeah, why there's too many of them in control.
Yes.
We need less of them in control.
Disproportionate. Because we let them all in control, and now look what happens, you know? But, like, real masculinity, like maybe Bernie Sanders. You know, where he's standing up for people who can't.
When I'll be so honest, and this is, like, a very silly... It's not silly. You know what? Fuck that. It's not silly. I am very excited for the new Superman movie, because in my opinion... Like, that portrayal of Superman, that's positive masculinity to me.
What is it?
Because it's a new... Because, like, the past Superman movies have all been, like, dark and gritty. And what if Superman had gray morals? But to me, Superman is, like, he should be beacon good. Of goodness and strength.
No
and
gray
standing
morals.
up for people. Yeah. And... Like, that is so beautiful. I saw a comment on TikTok that's like, Superman is going to be for, like... boys what the Barbie movie was for girls, right? It's like healing an inner child and showing what a strong, powerful,
is it Lego?
Good man. No,
I'm not gonna watch it.
But I don't know. I think it's great to have an example of positive, strong masculinity.
I think about Batman, and I'm like, he doesn't kill.
No.
Well, in some, but
dude, if I was Batman, I'd totally kill the Joker.
I would kill so many people.
Joker.
Yet his favorite thing seems to be like hurting the Joker a little bit and then just let him go. He's like, I need to fight someone. I can't. Is that the whole question?
I don't remember. I'm talking about comic books.
Oh, yeah, that was the whole. And yeah, we're not.
There was another one I liked that I saw, but hold on. This one I think was good. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Read that.
It says, hi, from Gabriella. Is it Gallardo or Gallardo?
Gallardo, I would say.
Gallardo. Hi guys, what's a secret talent each of you have? Also, if all animals were the same size, which would win in a fight? Oh, two good questions. I like bears. Well, I don't think that answers this question a lot. But
what
I
about
like
a rhinoceros because he got the horn?
Yeah,
because if all
animals... I'm not saying he would win. I just like bears.
Bears are sick, dude.
They're cool.
But
I like
actually,
lions.
I think it would probably be a praying mantis would be great. Because here's the thing: imagine every animal. They're all the same size. So if all animals are bear-sized, and if they're like if their strength is proportional,
we didn't think about if they're big.
Because if a praying mantis is the size of
an
bear,
ant.
Yeah, because ants are so strong.
They would win. They would kill.
And they've got the pinchers.
Yeah. Oh, they would
like a bullet ant, like the black bullet ants.
Yeah.
Because they can already pierce through human skin.
They would fuck.
So like a bear-sized ant, if it's got those fucking pincers, would just smash a bear in like 2 seconds.
An ant can lift something that's like 100 times its size.
100 times its size. So if there was a bear-sized
ant, and it could carry like 3 trees.
Yeah, it'd be insane. It'd be insane.
Ant,
totally. Because bugs are crazy strong, man. Or like, what about a crab though?
Oh shit, are they strong?
I think they're pretty strong.
Do you see that video of the crab with the knife?
Because crabs can also regrow their limbs.
Oh, that's fucked.
Isn't that nuts?
Fucked. Are caterpillars anything special?
No.
I don't think they would win.
They would not.
They would not win.
Caterpillars would get absolutely
butterflies. Can you imagine seeing a huge butterfly?
That'd be beautiful.
Just going around. I used to have a fear when I was a kid that there would be a roly-poly that was way bigger than me.
And you're like, and I'm like, oh shit, it's rolling. It's rolling my way.
And just like seeing all of its legs. All of its legs.
Crazy,
that'd be so scary.
Like a big centipede would be nuts.
I used to eat bugs,
That's weird.
Yeah, I ate ants.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
They weren't bad.
Oh, it sounds pretty bad.
But all the other bugs I ate were bad.
Oh,
the ants.
Sense. Why the ants?
Because I would fry them,
No, you're fucking.
No, with a magnifying glass. I'm not lying to you.
I don't believe you.
Well, ask
Sometimes Jake does this thing where he'll tell me
It's not happening right now.
He'll tell me a story and I'll go, really? And I'll go, nah, I'm just kidding. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm trying to connect.
No.
I'm trying to have a genuine conversation. And I'm sorry that I'm a trusting person who wants to have good conversation with my friends.
Because when I tell you those stories, they are like outlandish stories, and you go, really?
Yeah. Oh, because
this one is not outlandish.
Because you're cooking a bug with a magnifying glass, and then
not
eating
outlandish.
it, frying it up, and then eating the bug.
When I'm
because that's so
hey,
normal.
Shush.
That's so normal to do.
When I'm like 11, okay, that's not outlandish.
When I was 11, I was playing Pokemon.
Yeah, okay. Me and you were very different, okay? We weren't friends when we were 11. We knew each other.
No, we knew each
you
other.
know?
We were acquaintances.
But I was a kid eating bugs, and you were playing Pokemon. I didn't tell anyone I ate the bugs. I told, well, besides the friends I ate bugs with, of course. And I was
You had a little community.
But they were, man.
That sounds horrible.
Only the ants were good, okay? And not the big ones.
I still don't think I believe you.
I would have told you by now, because you already went, really?
Okay. All right. I know people eat bugs.
What is the secret talent of yours, though?
I could do some weird shit with my hand. Like if you're looking at the stream,
shit.
I got weird like double jointed hands that bend all funny, and I like to fuck with people that I meet by like making my hands go all weird. So that's fun.
I can. I don't know if it's like a talent, but I can like do a leg fart. You know, like an armpit fart.
Oh, really? Okay, you do it right now.
I need to take my pants off.
Maybe that'll be if the people want it.
Also, I can do this thing. I don't know if it's talent either, but put your hands together. I think anyone could do this and make this noise.
I think anyone could do that.
Do it.
Okay, give me a sec. That doesn't seem that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just hitting all your fingers against your chin.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't think it's a talent.
It's not a talent. I can do a bit of close-up magic. A little bit. What else? What else is
What's a talent? I can play guitar.
Yeah, well, everyone knows. It's secret talent.
Oh.
You're very...
Is that...
Everyone knows that.
Do they? See, I thought... I don't know. I thought I kept it pretty discreet.
Nope. No, sir.
No?
Secret talent. I think that sums it up for me.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what else to say.
One time
Close-up magic, weird hand shit.
One time I got a physical at the doctor.
Oh, yeah?
Is that a talent?
I can do some okay impressions.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
If anyone out there has seen The Boys, I'm pretty good at doing, what's his face from The Boys?
I can do flips.
That's you can do backflips.
I do a backflips, front flips, side flips on the ground.
Yeah,
there's
my talent.
Okay, I was like,
talent.
It's not necessarily hidden.
No, but like people who listen to our band, they wouldn't know that right off the bat. So I'd say that's a good secret talent.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
because it's kind of like second nature. You can just do it. You know.
All right, let's do another question.
Let's do a question, yo.
Let's do a question. I'm gonna do. What about this one? Leon asks, how does it feel to be the cutest little couple out there? Feels good.
Feels really good.
Next question.
Feels fucking great.
Feels fucking awesome. Oh, this one's fun. Caleb and Cheddar says, if you could bring...
I thought you said M. Cheddar.
Caleb M. Cheddar.
That sounds like a mouse's rap name. Caleb M. Cheddar here.
What's up? It's Caleb M. Cheddar.
And he starts rapping about cheese.
Yeah. Or that sounds like a character from like a Disney Channel original show.
I got ops. I like cheese.
Who raps about his cheese. And he's like, I got brie. I got mozzarella.
I like if he had ops.
Brie and mozzarella, because, it's Caleb, Bam, Machetta.
I got ops. His name is Jerry, because like Tom and Jerry.
Just like Tom and Jerry.
And then he's talking about cheddar.
Yeah, because Jerry's always eating the cheese because he's the mouse.
No, it's Tom. I get those mixed up every time.
No. Jerry would be the op of Caleb M. Cheddar, though, because... Dude, I only recently... realized that op means opposition.
Yeah.
Because like a coworker of mine, she was like, "You're my op."
You're like,
and I'm like, "Well, I'm not a police officer," because I thought it meant cop.
Yeah.
For like years, I thought it meant cops.
But also, I feel like it does sometimes in a certain.
It's like,
context.
it's the ops.
It's the ops.
I thought that was shortened from cops. But it means opposition.
That's a pretty weak shortening.
Yeah, I know.
Considering it takes it from one syllable to one syllable. Dude, dude, it's the cops. It's the ops. But no, I think people do say it's the ops.
I know.
So
I know.
that's fair. But when they say you're my op, I remember some kids at our show were like, "Hey, our ops are over there," and I was like,
"You're like what?"
I was like, no, "You have like enemies for real?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Why do you have enemies?"
How do you have? Why do you have enemies?
What?
Why are you making enemies?
Who are you?
Thou art my mortal enemy.
Yeah, it's like enemy. I have an enemy.
You are my rival,
Till the day
and I will fight you.
Till the day I die.
We shall duel.
What a crazy thing to have an op these days.
We didn't even read Caleb's question.
Oh yeah, I thought that was the question.
You picked it up to go look for a different question. It was, if you could bring one musician back from the dead to join your band, who would it be and why? The bassist of Metallica, maybe?
Did he die?
Yeah, he died in a car accident.
What about
the
the
tour bus crash?
What about the drummer of?
Neil Peart.
Oh,
that would be.
That's a better than what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
Is it drummer of Avenged?
Oh, the Rev.
Mm-hmm. Both.
Any of those drummers.
They just get both.
Get both, and they're both on stage.
And just too much.
Just going nuts. Two of the most insane drummers of all time.
That is a good idea, Neil.
Yeah, Neil. It's probably Neil. Or we could just get Prince.
Oh, dude, I would.
Dude, Prince is our singer, and we're just the
Or
band
we just
now.
put Prince on lead guitar.
I
would let that happen.
That would be amazing.
I'd be like, Prince, take it away.
Because he is so
He's
underrated
incredible.
on the guitar.
He's incredible.
He is so underrated.
That
on the
one.
guitar.
What performance?
It was. I forgot what performance it was, but I know they were playing "While My Guitar Is Gently Weeping."
What's the? It's like where they give awards.
Yeah, it was some award. MTV Music Awards? No, something.
It's like right here. It's like
I know,
right here.
not the Grammys, not
the Emmys, the Tonys.
It's one of those.
Anyway,
it's one of those.
He killed it,
and he just crushed that solo so hard.
I know.
Go look that up on YouTube.
I know it's gonna pop in right when we end this podcast. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's called the.
Yeah, they have it on Spotify. His version of that. And
it's so good. And I love it in the video because he doesn't. You don't see him until the second.
I know
when he starts soloing and he's ripping. He does like a 3-minute solo and he like falls back onto the security guard. Yeah, and he's like,
and then at the end he just throws his guitar in the air and walks away.
Dude,
that made me fall in love with Telecasters as a guitar.
Yeah, dude, Tellies are nice. I wish I could play like a Telecaster with like some humbuckers.
Yeah, dude.
Just to
do you know the story behind why he did that?
Because he didn't get an award for something or something?
Well, yeah, it's because I think it was the Rolling Stone or some magazine. They listed the top 100 guitarists of all time, and they didn't include Prince. And he was so mad.
He's like, you know what?
He went to the people backstage, like, because wasn't it Tom Petty and George Harrison's son? And he said he was originally just supposed to play like an outro to the song and then cut it, but he said just vamp at the end.
And he's just
I'm gonna do something, and he just improv'd that whole.
He killed it, bro.
And you could see it on their faces, on the other people's faces. They're like, George Harrison's son is just smiling ear to ear.
I love it.
And Prince is just ripping the most incredible solo, and he's just proving that he's one of the greats.
Just thinking about that solo, dude, like I can hear it.
Me too. Yeah, it's amazing, and like I love how. There are also like he has some moments where he rips and he has some moments where he just accents the songs. Exactly. Like he plays the octaves
like
at that
you're
one
supposed
part.
To.
And at one part he's just hitting chords. He's just
but
he's so cool
with a slide.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that shit
Prince, we love you.
So inspiring. I love Prince
that was so good.
So much, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, so it would be Prince. Or Neil Peart.
Yeah, I'd say Prince on lead
100%.
or Neil Peart. That is so fun.
All right.
God, I love Prince.
Audrey, please read this. I love your band, guys. Hi. So I recommend your band to everyone all the time. Thank you. A Bit Too Heavy was my second song on Spotify Wrapped. I love it so much. Thank you. I was wondering which Muppet movie you guys like the best.
Oh, fuck yeah. Now we're talking, Audrey.
Please come to Missouri. Okay, bye. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll go to Missouri. Where's Missouri?
I don't fucking know. You think I know where Missouri is?
I think whatever state is next to Missouri should just absorb it.
There are too many fucking states.
I don't need.
Shut up about. We don't need Canada.
Want Canada.
We don't want more states. We have enough.
We should just start merging states.
We're just gonna have the South,
like
the East, California, just California.
Just California. What if California, Oregon, and Washington? That's a state right there.
Yeah, the Pacific Northwest.
And then just the West. So us
and Nevada. And
all them, take them. Midwest, and then
Midwest, East, and the South.
Let's do that.
Those should all just be their own countries, like Europe.
They should.
They should. Dude, they should all just be their own countries.
Europe,
that would be amazing.
Is amazing because you can go to multiple countries, and they're the sizes of states.
Yeah.
You know, I saw someone in Europe going that they made a TikTok, and they're like, "Listen, Europeans, you don't understand. When you drive 4 hours in a state, you're in that same state still."
Yeah.
And like everyone in the comments was like, "What?
That's insane." That
where you're in a different country,
they're all so vastly different.
Oh,
but here's the thing: like, if you are in Texas and then you go to California, it's a different country.
Exactly, it's not the same thing.
It's a different country.
So, are we suggesting we just split up the country? Homestyle dinner will suggest.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I think it would be a lot more peaceful.
It would, because California would be like, okay, we're good now. We're good. We're not gonna leave.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think it's insane that there's such a small amount of people running, like, the United States. It's too big. It's too big.
It's too big.
It's too big.
My biggest fear is that if we did split them up, Texas would try to, like, do some crazy shit to Mexico.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, too. I was like,
Texas
get him. The South would all be like, we got slavery again. We got slavery
that's
again.
not a good idea. Maybe it's not a good idea.
Yeah, thank God. Oh,
they're like, states' rights.
States' rights. They got the Confederate flag.
Oh, my God. Well, they do that anyway.
I know, but then they'd be able to. My dad was making jokes. He was like, because when we were talking about like buying Canada, he was like, Canada should just buy the Pacific Northwest and California, and he was like, I would be so happy if Canada just took the West,
dude. Honestly,
and I was like, me too. That would be awesome.
That would be a good idea, dude. All I'm saying is, I've never been like as patriotic about Canada as I have in the past, like,
I'm Canadian.
Ever since the tariffs, you know?
I have some Canadian in me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some family from Canada, dude.
French. Come on, speak some French.
Oh, oui, bonjour. Oh. I started the podcast by saying bonjour.
Oh my God, you are French.
I know. Canadian. It all comes around. Canadian. It all comes around.
Canadian. But yeah, I've never been more patriotic. And their flag is fucking sick.
The flag is sick.
Red and white.
Canada.
Are we allowed to sing that?
Our home and native land.
I don't know the rest.
Yeah, man.
I didn't even know it said home and native land. But dude, I love Canada, guys.
Have you been?
No,
I've been to Canada.
Love
it was
you guys.
Awesome.
When?
Oh, it was when I was like 6. It was when the Olympics were going on there.
And you went to Canada?
And I went to Canada.
Whoa.
Yeah, to visit my family.
Oh, shit.
To visit my family who was in Canada.
That's awesome.
And I remember it was so wild because they had like candy and like French. Like there were French labels on like the candy and shit.
Dude.
And it was really fun. And I remember thinking like the buildings were so cool.
You ever have like UK chocolate?
No.
And like Canadian chocolate?
I've had Swedish chocolate and it was amazing.
Ooh. It's probably
when
similar.
I was in Sweden, it was like, so good.
How was it, like fancy Swedish chocolate, or was it just like
yeah, it's some fancy Swedish chocolate.
Because I'm talking like
the good shit.
No, I'm not talking the good shit. I'm talking like M&M's
like gas station
and shit.
Really?
It's
better?
so much better
because they have regulations on the food.
Yeah, yes. And I read the ingredients and I was like, oh my God, they dye it with like beet juice.
Yeah, dude.
And
it's real. It's actual food.
The only problem is, I watched a video and Mr. Beast was talking about. He's like, I was trying to get into the chocolate industry, and he did. And he was like, they told me there's like no way to do it without just slave labor. And I was like, what? And
did he do the slave labor?
That's where I don't know.
Can you imagine if he was on a podcast? He's like, they said I couldn't do it without slave labor.
So I had
just
to.
got some slaves.
So no, he's like, so you understand? No, I don't. I'm sure if he was saying that,
that means that he didn't. Yeah.
But I think he was trying not to call out specific companies like Nestle, but slave labor. It's literally slave labor.
Yeah.
You know, it's plantation.
Yeah.
It's all of it. And same with, kids that are making our clothes in sweatshops. Yep. You know, it's like they are slaves. We were like, slavery's done because it's not in America, so we don't think about it. But they are slaves.
Well, it's also is in America. It's just the prison system.
It's the prison system.
The prison systems is just slave labor.
But when we're kids, they don't tell us like, oh, they force them to work essentially without fair pay or any pay, and it's disproportionate the amount of white people that are in there to.
But
what?
In Sweden, I had this thing called, I think it's called butter cake.
No, Denny, I'm on a thing. It's called what?
Butter cake or something.
Butter cake.
And it's so good.
You just it was going like this, and you just whoop.
Well, I just kept thinking about Swedish treats, and I was
Butter
like,
cake?
I gotta mention.
Was it
that.
like a cake?
Yeah, it's like a cake, and it's like I'm forgetting the name of what it was, but it's like a little chocolate treat, and you can get it at IKEA.
Ooh.
But it's not the same. But it's so good, dude.
Meatballs?
Meatballs, yeah, with lingonberry sauce.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
Yeah,
I've had that.
dude. But in Sweden, like they have it at like every restaurant. Because it's like, oh, we know the tourists are gonna
Want that shit.
come to Stockholm and get the fucking
It is interesting
meatballs.
how you get the meatballs with jelly or whatever it is, and I mean it's an odd combination, but it's pretty good.
It's so good. It's the sweet and the salty. Oh, sorry, what were you talking about with slavery?
Slavery, I don't know. The prison system, fucking. You know, that's the problem. This is why we haven't had a revolution yet, because we go, I'm so mad, and then, fucking my phone, dude. This is a funny
yeah,
reel.
In Sweden, they have
Sweden.
good chocolate. Butter cake. Oh.
Because
You know the meatballs with the jelly.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, we just barely missed being iPad kids. We were this close.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like 2-year-olds, you know? And I don't think it's fair to kids to be like, all right, you know, you're young, I don't want to deal with you, and that's how parenting is, I get that. But to stick something in front of their face that's going to give them a dopamine addiction for the rest of their life that they don't get to choose, you know? I watched a teacher on TikTok, she was talking about, she's like, I feel like at school, the kids are just withdrawing from their phones. They're just, because they've had it forever now. Yeah. So now they can't pay attention. It is not important. Because this is not their life that they care about. This doesn't bring them satisfaction.
No.
You know?
It's an interesting
Their
dilemma with kids and the internet. Because on one hand, I think they're the most like well-educated kids to ever exist.
Yeah.
Because they have the knowledge of the world at their fingertips. And I think they're the stupidest kids.
Yes, because
I think like Gen Alpha kids, Gen Z kids are way smarter than like boomers, than people who only grow up with their parents' influence.
Yeah.
Because when you have the internet, you have the influence of the entire world.
Exactly. You have everybody's opinion, and you get to see
Every
things
point
firsthand.
of view.
Because
every perspective.
if you think about it, most news we get is from a secondary source, or boomers get. Like, they watch the TV, and they're like, oh, this happened in a different country, but that's not the original reporter of it.
Or as kids, the only people who they got the opinion of was their parents.
Yeah.
So they're
But
just
now,
reflective of their parents' views.
Exactly. And they're so stuck in them. It's so crazy how no one's willing to budge on views. It's crazy, you know? But, yeah.
Should we finish that question?
What was the question?
I don't even know.
Wait,
I don't even. Oh, favorite Muppet movie. And I was excited to talk about
The first one.
It's the first one from Jason Segel. It's just the Muppet movie that came out, and it's the
ago?
one that's got Manor Muppet.
Did it come out on Christmas? Or
I don't remember.
Did I watch it on Christmas?
I think you might have watched it on
Christmas Eve.
I don't know. But that movie is like, the thing about the Muppet movie from Jason Segel is it is not only just a great movie, but it's a love letter to the Muppets. Because like in the movie, it follows the storyline of like Kermit and Jason Segel and Walter trying to revive the TV show. So while it like revived the IP of the Muppets, it also was just like a tribute to what made the TV show and everything from Jim Henson special in the first place. And I just think
did
it's
it good.
so beautiful.
They did a great job.
The music is just so phenomenal, and the storyline is great.
Is that the one
characters are
where
great.
they do the CeeLo Green cover?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're on the same page.
With the chickens?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's so fun.
I used to work out to that song. I downloaded the whole Muppets album when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
On iTunes. I paid for it. Dude.
Man, I love Muppets, man. I also really love the Christmas Carol, the Muppets Christmas Carol. Have you seen that?
I'm not sure.
I think it's my favorite rendition of the Christmas Carol story. It's just so fun.
Is it when he goes, when she says, don't eat the turkey or something, and he goes, but it smells so good, mother?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's my favorite line from but it's I don't know.
And Kermit the Frog is like Tiny Tim. But it's just really fun, man. I also am a big fan of this isn't Muppets, but it's Jim Henson. I've actually never watched the movie, but I've like watched a bunch of YouTube videos about it. The Dark Crystal movie. Do you know what that is?
I got distracted. What?
Do you know what the Dark Crystal is? Have you ever heard of the Dark Crystal?
No.
It's like a weird, creepy Jim Henson Muppet thing that's like
Is it where
dark
he's wearing
fantasy, and it's got like all these weird goblins.
Is it where that meme is from? Where
Maybe.
Kermit's wearing the hood?
No, Kermit's not in. That's from the Muppets Most Wanted.
Forgive me.
Please.
Jake,
Which is fun. That's a fine movie. I don't know. Muppets Most Wanted. It's pretty good. But like the Muppets movie is so peak, in my opinion. God, I love them.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by this question from Sarah. It's not really a question. It says, I feel like Danny unironically has the voice of Barry the Bee.
From the Bee movie?
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's the Bee movie. And I feel like Jake fucks with Happy Feet.
Do you like Happy Feet?
Is that the one where they surf?
It's the no, that's Surf's
That
Up.
surfs up.
Happy Feet is the penguin who
Is happy?
loves dancing.
No.
And he tap dances, and everyone's like, "Don't tap dance." And
No,
he's like, "But I want to."
In fact, I hate everything that has to do with the dancing world. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like-
I hate art
oh,
of any kind.
oh, damn.
You know, like if people write books, I don't like that.
Oh shit.
If people write
You're
music,
a strictly like non-fiction reader. You just love.
no.
No, you just don't read books in general.
Yeah, I think it's a form of artistry to write anything.
Oh yeah.
And I don't like that.
So what do you like?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
well, you're a bland person.
just whatever the corporate, media
There's a very
Shovels.
graphic picture.
photo at the bottom
Very
there.
graphic photo that Sarah has sent us of
Yeah, there's
it has
blood
it
everywhere.
has like a screw, and it has a screw on it, and it says warning: do not buy the AutoZone fleshlight. It's terrible. I would not recommend. And I think the joke is that it's a picture of like a screw.
Well, it's not a screw. It's like a
What is that?
hole
Yeah,
of some kind, but
how-
it's metal. That's
it's like a metal, like a car part.
yeah, and so that would probably hurt.
But the joke is that it kind of looks like a fleshlight. So it's
So
like
if you
if
put
you
your
were to
wiener
use
in
it
that,
like one, it would
might
be
hurt.
painful because it's not.
I don't think that would feel
not-
good. I think that would be bad.
All right, let's go to another question. Barry B. Benson? That's just Jerry Seinfeld.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he just talks like Jerry. So Sarah's just saying I sound like Jerry Seinfeld. Have you ever seen Seinfeld?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I haven't.
I liked it.
It's a good show.
I liked the
I know people like it. I
three
love Friends.
episodes
I love
I've watched.
Friends, so I'd probably like it.
I was telling someone last night, who was it the other night? I said, I heard that Seinfeld is a great movie. Or not movie, fucking
Show.
TV show. And they're like, I heard it was terrible. And I was like, what? So I guess we'll never know.
Here's the thing. I've never seen Seinfeld, but here's my guess. My guess is that it is fine. My guess is that it's a pleasant watch, and you put it on and you go, oh.
Yeah.
But it's not like the best show. It's not engaging. You don't like. You're not like on the edge of your seat, like, oh, what's gonna happen to Jerry?
You never know. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it, but I
You know
bet-
he's a billionaire?
really
Jerry Seinfeld is a billionaire.
He made like a horrible Pop-Tart movie recently or something, right?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But a billionaire, and it's just from his show.
Wow.
And from
Just
comedy
from
and
Seinfeld?
stuff. Yeah.
I tried
Probably
watching
not
a
just
Jerry
from that.
Seinfeld
That can't be
stand up,
right.
and I just wasn't really into it.
Yeah. It's more it's kind of like I think he has a lot of classic.
Ooh, okay. I have a question from Danny.
He's like
Old school jokes?
airplane food jokes.
Yeah.
He's like that. I think he kind of set the precedent.
Yeah.
What-
but I
what-
mean,
what's-
he was also one of the OGs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, my question is, who do you think? I know your answer, but
Yeah.
who do you think is the best stand-up comic of all time?
It's Norm.
Norm, of course. Yeah,
It's
I
Norm.
know. I knew. I
was-
started forming the question. I was like, he's totally gonna say Norm.
Norm Macdonald. Well, that's
I mean, he is. He's one of the. He's like. He's
subjective.
unlike any other comic.
the reason he's funny, and the only way it's been described to me that made sense was he's a comic. He's a comedian's comedian.
Yeah, he's a comedian who
Because-
makes other comedians laugh.
he did a joke where he goes out of nowhere. He goes, the thing about sex, and then he goes, well, I'm too old for sex, and he starts talking about something else,
And he just never goes
gets
back
back to the sex. And I'm like,
And that's what's funny about
that's
it. Is
what's
that
funny.
It never
is-
goes back to that.
and that's where the comedic and that he just said sex out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know? Bill Burr is also very funny.
I think Bill Burr's one of the.
He's
of
the mad
goats.
one. He's like, yeah.
He's one of the goats.
He's
in my
definitely one of the
opinion.
goats. Bill
Yeah.
Burr is one of the
I think
goats.
it might be Norm, man. I don't know.
Norm.
Like Norm is just he's a genius. He's genuinely a genius.
He is.
Was.
Was. Oh, rest in peace. You know, some of the newer ones, I mean, Shane
Gillis
Taylor.
is pretty funny. Taylor Tomlinson.
She's funny.
She
funny.
is so good. Taylor Tomlinson, like, and when I watch Taylor, I'm like, here is someone who has perfected her craft.
Literally.
Like every action, every facial
Everything.
expression is
She's so funny.
well thought out and
And
so funny. You know what I mean?
She was the one that really made me understand. Like, we talked about this before, where it's like you're trauma dumping, but you're making it art.
Yeah.
You're making it so funny that I'm not even processing that you
She's
are just
making like sad situations of her life so hilarious.
you're just relieving. You're just venting. When it comes down to it, you're venting, but you're actually making it funny.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
And
totally.
it's so sneaky to the point where it's like, I don't even notice you're trauma dumping.
No, but when you think about the story, you're like, oh, that was sad.
That's sad
hell.
as fuck. Yeah.
No, she talks about like her mom like dying of cancer.
Yeah, and
but she makes you laugh.
exactly, and same
It's
with
great.
Same with Bill Burr when we were watching him. And
Yeah, he just talks about his anger issues.
He's like, I'm upset. My wife. It makes me sad that my
he was
wife.
like, my dad
argues
yelled at
with
me
and
when
my
I
dad.
was a kid.
And we're laughing.
Yeah.
You know, he just has a. They have a way
incredible.
of doing it. So I think Norm Macdonald is hilarious because his jokes are about nothing. Nothing at all. Like,
That's true. That's true. His jokes,
his
really are
jokes
kind of just about nothing.
There's no trauma dumping. There's nothing. It's just just like a funny joke.
Yeah, it's really funny, man. I watched a funny clip of Norm, and he was talking, and he was like, you know, I'm not one of those comedians who has to rely on shock factor. I think it's just kind of cheap when they try to shock the audience. And then he pulls a gun out of his back. He's like, oh, stand back. And everyone's like, oh, and he's like, stand back, stand back. And then the video cut there, and I was just cackling. Dude, it's so funny.
That's amazing.
He's so funny.
He, at the roast of Bob Seger, they told him
What?
They said
There was a roast of Bob Seger?
no. Oh, not Bob Seger. Whoa, sorry. the guy
I was
from
like the guy who's saying, oh,
not him, not him. From Full House. What's his name?
oh,
Not Bob Seger.
I don't know.
That's not. I'm sorry. Bob.
don't know. I'm so confused.
Saget. Bob
Oh,
Saget.
Bob
He.
Eesh,
They told.
that was must be interesting roast. Probably
Yeah.
a lot of
They told Donald like. Who am I talking about?
Norm
Macdonald. Who am I talking? I'm not even on the same planet as you right now. Jesus Christ. They told Norm. They said be dirty and like cuss a lot and like.
Oh yeah, and
And
did he not?
so he got on the stage just to spite them. Again, he doesn't care what people think about him. He got an old crappy roast book and he just read right from it. He said something about he's like Bob Saget thinks the English Channel is on the TV. And my favorite is he told the most unfunny jokes and he would sit there like this until they laughed. Like there was one where he said the joke and went, and for like 10 seconds.
See, that's
nothing.
what you mean of like he's a comedian's comedian.
Exactly, because it's not funny,
But
it's hilarious.
But it's just
You know?
hilarious. It's just so funny.
I don't know. He just has a
God,
way.
I love him. All right, here's one I'm interested in. There's a lot of words on this page. Lizzie says, "What is up?" Okay, here's the first thing I want to unpack. Lizzie says, "What is up, Dingaling and Silly Goose?" So which one of us do you think is Dingaling?
I bet you're silly goose.
And you're Dingaling?
Yeah,
Yeah, that tracks.
that tracks.
That tracks.
It just
Okay,
makes
moving
sense.
on. So I may have accidentally bought a ticket to Your and the Ghost Club show in Arizona. Dude, there's a lot of people who are saying that they're going to go.
Cheers.
Arizona's going to be a fun-ass show.
Cheers, Arizona.
But, but Lizzie says she got it without getting permission from her parents.
To be fair, you remember
However-
those commercials? Shush. You
My bad.
Danny, you know when
Go
I
ahead, my
speak,
bad.
you no longer speak. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me.
I,
Look at me. What do you say?
I say, so, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I forgot what I was even gonna say. Do you remember
Something
those
about commercials?
commercials
I don't know.
where they would be like, with parents' permission, go to this website?
Oh, yeah.
We didn't say
We
we didn't say that.
didn't say no.
So that's fine.
But she said, my mom said yes, but my dad didn't answer. However, I'm pretty sure my dad will say yes. It was an accident because when I was selecting my payment thing, I had to do Face ID to select my Apple Pay card, but I didn't realize that the confirmation for the payment. So when I pressed buy now, I thought there would be another step, but there wasn't. I just bought the ticket. I'll see you guys in April.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, Lizzie.
Here's the thing.
P.S. My 17th birthday is 2 days after your show. Thank you for reading all my BS. Love you guys' new music. Our music
you.
loves you, and thank you for celebrating your birthday weekend, hanging out at our show in Arizona.
That's going to be sick.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Here's the thing. If your dad says no, just be like, well, I have the ticket and I'm going. I don't understand. Here's my thing. I don't understand parents that would be like, no, you can't go hang out with your friend.
Yeah.
For no reason.
That's insane.
Or no,
it's
no,
good,
you
it, like just for like power.
just to say no.
Just so they can be like, I have power over your child.
That makes no sense at all. Like don't you want to not deal with your kid for a second? It's a weird conundrum because I feel like there's parents that are like, I hate dealing with my kid.
Yeah.
And then their kid's like, can I go like hang out with my friend? Can I go do something outside? No. It's like you're trapping yourself with this thing you don't want to deal with. I don't know. Some people shouldn't have kids, man. You know?
I feel that.
Felt, bro.
I'm gonna read this This one says this is a super
duper important classified
email
from Cadence. Salutations. Wow. Okay. This is very. This is
Dude,
important.
where did salutations go? How come no one says that? Can you imagine you walk up to your buddies and you're like, salutations? Like, that's amazing. I love that.
Cadence is single-handedly.
I need that energy back.
Cadence is single-handedly bringing back salutations.
Dude, I'm gonna go into work tonight and be like, salutations, fellow coworkers.
I think it'd be funny if someone was just like, hey, salutations.
Yeah, what's up, salutations?
Salutations, bro. How's it going?
Hey, salutations. Hey, how's
I could see
your
like
life?
a hippie going, salutations,
Salutations.
But more just
I
being
could
like,
see me like 4 years ago.
salutations, you know.
Yeah.
My name is Katie. I thought it was Cadence. It's shortened. Sorry. It's like a nickname, you know. Also, the nickname is funny because you don't see him calling it a Jake name. I think they should call it a Jake name, you know, because it's Nicholas name, nickname. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Katie McDonald. And I live in the small town of Kusharem, Utah. A few years... I don't know where...
I've lived in Utah my
forever.
whole
I don't
life.
know where that is.
What the fuck is
A few years
Kusharem?
ago, I had the chance to see you perform in Richfield. Okay, so it's south.
Damn.
At one of the Mayhem in the Park. The questions I'm
so
asking
fun.
are for the class assignment. How do you stay engaged on social media? Lots of posting, lots of thinking about content all day.
It takes a lot of effort. Like, genuinely, like... To stay
It's not
engaged,
easy.
It's not
sucks.
easy. There's
It
not
sucks.
a trick to like stay engaged and you gotta try. You gotta genuinely
And you're-
put in effort and try.
It's gonna burn you
which
out.
Sucks.
It's gonna burn
But
you
gotta
out.
do it.
And you might get a little social media addiction. And you might start basing the value
Of your life
on the numbers.
On the numbers.
Which
the numbers.
Which is not good. But that's how you do it. What motivates
What
you?
a grim answer.
It's true.
Like, she's probably expecting us to be like, well, you gotta find a love for the...
Well, to be
you
fair,
gotta fall in love with the comedy.
we have a good time. I think
We have a great time.
I think what saves it is writing. We have a pretty good time. Sometimes it's a little stressful, but performing it, I think that's where it's good.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, we enjoy
like
this. We
performing.
enjoy social media.
yeah, well, it's fine.
But it is grueling
But it
at
does
points.
make you
It's
want to die.
grueling,
You
yeah.
know. Anyway, what motivates you to keep posting every day? Just we want this so badly. You know.
Yeah, we just want
We
it.
want to make this a living. We want to make music for the rest of our lives.
So we're doing it.
So the biggest thing that has helped us is social media, you know? And you have to. That's what motivates me is, and we've talked about this, but like, what if I woke up one day?
I'd love to quit my job.
Yeah.
That motivates
yes.
me a lot. I'd love to not have to work in a restaurant anymore and just be able to...
What if you woke up and never tried? You know?
Yeah.
And you were like 70 and you were just like, well I have no achievements.
Here I am.
You know, like...
At working at this bank.
I gave up my dream, you know, and if you want to, we've been over this, but if you want to work at a bank, if you want to do 9 to 5, cool. But if you have a dream and you really think you will be disappointed by not following it, you are doing yourself a disservice and you must follow your dream.
Because another thing, like, I feel like if I were to give up today and then I was like, go work a bank, what would always bug me is knowing I could have done it.
I could have done it.
I could have done it. I could have done it.
I could have made it work. I could have taken on more responsibility. I could have blah, blah, blah. But
not even like I might have been able to do it. I could have done it.
Because everyone is capable, especially with social media. If you have a phone, if you're lucky enough to have a phone and hopefully some free time between shifts, school, work, anything, do it. Dude, I really want to give a TED Talk where I'm super motivational. I think that'd be sick.
That'd be fun.
I think
really
just
fun.
get out there and be like, do you fucking... Because when it comes so
You
natural...
fucking worms!
You are all worms! And it pans to the
there's like,
audience and they're all worms.
Literal worms and like, you
You are all worms! But don't you want
Be
to
a
one
very
day? What do
literal
worms?
TED Talk. Do worms aspire to?
Yeah. What do they want to be? Anyway, I feel like because when I get into this like thinking, it's very natural to me to just be like, fucking do it. Like I want to succeed. I want you to want to succeed.
Take a step.
Anyway,
Make a move.
what message are you trying to convey to your audience?
Love your life. Love yourself. Be good to yourself.
And rage against the fucking machine.
And rage against the machine. Don't let people fuck you over. Don't let yourself fuck you over. Live a good life.
Yes, be confident, be happy, perform, live, and be active against the government, man.
Be good to your community. Be good to yourself.
Against injustices that are most likely perpetuated by the government.
Yeah.
Great question.
Genuinely.
Based on your posts, it's clear you receive a lot of attention from your audience. Yes. It's refreshing to see a band like Homestyle Dinner Roll so engaged with their fans. You guys rock. Thank you. Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. Those were all good questions, but really, you shouldn't.
I like how Katie said, thank you so much, Katie McDonald.
Signing off.
Signing off.
Katie McDonald.
What a strong start.
And end.
And strong.
Katie, you win.
Katie hit us with the salutations.
Literally.
And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Katie McDonald.
That's dude, that's a radio fucking show host.
Yeah, dude.
It's too hot.
Thank you for listening to
this blanket's making me...
1079.
We were wearing a blanket. It was making me sweaty.
I love wearing blankets. Even if it's like 100 degrees, I'll cuddle up in a blanket. I love blankets.
I love my space heater. It's a problem.
Really?
I might get skin problems. Who knows? But I have this addiction.
Yeah, that's right. To laying by the space
I lay
heater.
next to the space heater and let it burn my back all night. And I quit last time because I came home super drunk one night. And I laid down. And my elbow, I woke up, there was a huge blister on my elbow.
That's right.
And so I stopped. I stopped for months.
Oh, God.
And then I tried it again because I was cold one night, and I've stuck. And I'll wake up every day with like burn marks on my back and stuff. Can you see any?
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually,
maybe.
no, I didn't sleep with it last night because I was using the humidifier.
Yeah.
But I gotta stop.
Dude, I love blankets. Blankets just make me feel safe. Like even if it's like hot.
Yeah.
Like I would rather sleep with a very thin blanket than no blanket at all because it feels comfortable.
It's got to be some psychological thing where you're like, I'm safe now.
I'm safe now. Like I am resting.
Yeah.
I am in my little
It's like
pod.
in Minecraft when you
when you
can sleep because there's no monsters nearby.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel when I put a blanket on. I'm like, there are no monsters nearby.
Here's this one.
This the caption says
meow meow meow. And there's pictures
meow.
of cats.
Megan
so
Buchanan
cute.
says, "Hello, roll boys."
I love cats, dude.
These are my cats, Obi, and 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Well, okay.
Well, you know,
hello, 16 gigabytes
Megan,
of RAM.
if you really want to get the optimal performance out of your cat, you probably want to upgrade to 32 gigabytes of RAM,
or
because that'll get like
64 even.
Maybe 64, but I think if you want to be able to run AAA cats on your cat, you probably want 32, because 16 gigabytes, it'll get the job done, but your cat might suffer from some performance issues. You might getting some like stuttering, some lag on your cat.
Yeah. You don't want to deal with that.
You don't want that, especially if you're playing like a competitive
32.
cat game. If you're playing competitive games with your cat, like you're pulling the string around a lot, you don't want your cat to have any latency.
Lag.
You don't want
if
any
you
latency.
pull it, your cat's gonna go after it, but it's already over here because it's lagged.
Exactly, and you want the optimal frames per second with your cat. I think because you'll probably be able to hit 60 frames per second, but if you really want that 120, smooth gameplay with your cat, you'll probably
give me Knuckles, bro.
Knuckles.
Snail.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
How's that the 100th time I've snailed you?
I don't know, because I'm trusting and I'm sorry.
Well, no, I also did say fist bump.
On the real, Megan, that's like my favorite cat name I've ever heard. 16 gigabytes of RAM, or Rammy is what they call their cat.
That's cute.
That is fucking amazing.
Or like Ram, the album by Paul McCartney.
That's fucking amazing. Would you ever consider making a Discord for the community to chat? There is a Discord. It's not run by us.
I don't know where it is.
I don't know.
I deleted the app of Discord because I needed space on my phone, but everyone's pretty cool there.
Yeah.
If you
I've never been into Discord.
Yeah.
For like bands, and the only time I've used Discord if I was like playing games with someone and wanted to chat.
You know, the only
But
person
I've never been in like a Discord community.
I'm about to drop the name. It's like Voldemort. You know, you're not supposed to say his name.
He shall not be named.
You know who advertises their Discord?
Who?
And the only person I know that goes join our TX2.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, interesting. So you can have your own run Discord, but I don't know. I just feel like, you know, the community is there already for TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, Discord. If you guys want to have your own thing and like talk, go ahead. But I don't know.
That'd be fun though.
It'd be fun to like.
It's new territory. We don't know the territory.
And maybe it could help us.
Maybe it could be fun. If
Maybe
you
there's-
want an official Homestyle Dinner Rolls Discord, go to our
Let us know.
YouTube comments and tell us.
Yeah, go to our YouTube comment.
Okay. What's your favorite curse word? This one's fun.
Cunt.
I love. There's a lot. Cunt is fun.
Cunt. You say it a lot. You go, you cunt.
Dude,
You cunt. You remember you said it like we were last time we hung out. I call it hanging out, but we were doing work. You said it like 20 times in a sentence. Do you remember?
I did?
We were within like a minute.
I don't remember.
Because you kept calling me a cunt.
Were you being a cunt?
I don't think so. Probably.
We have a new song coming out called "Worthless Highs," and in the background you can just hear Jake saying the following phrase: "Donald Trump is a fucking worthless cunt." So that's going to be a lyric in one of our upcoming songs. I'm a big fan of "Bitch."
You bitch.
Notice how the only ones we've said are the two curse words that are derogatory against women.
Yeah, but we don't.
I've never called a woman a bitch or a cunt.
No. It's just they're good words to use. You know. Also, the rise.
But why is it that in our internalized subconscious, the words that are good to use are the ones that are internalized like derogatory against women?
I don't know.
What does that have to say about us, Jake?
I don't know.
I also love jagoff.
Is that
like
a cuss
you're
word?
such a jagoff. I mean, it sounds vile.
You're
to call someone a jagoff.
You're a jackoff.
You are a jackoff.
You, sir, are a jackoff.
Excuse me, sir. You're a jackoff.
You, sir, are a jerkoff, and and you will hear from me.
Excuse me, wankoff.
You will be hearing from I will say the word cunt. People say it a lot more now.
Being reclaimed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cunty. Like when things are cunty.
Yeah.
Well, people call me cunty. I dig it.
I love that.
Yeah. Fuck it.
I love that.
I'm a cunty motherfucker.
Goddamn right, you're a
I'm a cunty motherfucker. Jagoff cunt motherfucker.
I'm a cunty motherfucker.
Bitch. I don't know. I remember when I was young, me and my friend Luke, we were on camp out with the scouts, and we went up and it was just us. Mm-hmm. And we had sort of talked about cussing before, you know, like, do we cuss and whatnot? And I asked him, I was like, it was one of the funniest moments of our friendship. I go, Luke, let's talk about swearing for a sec. And there, a bird flies by and he goes, motherfucker, or some shit like that. And I was like, all right, we good. Like, and from that point on, because it was such a thing, it's like, don't cuss.
Yeah.
Don't cuss. Do you remember, did you ever, with your friends, were you ever like, yeah, I watch porn? Were you ever like that?
I've had those
like when you were
conversations.
younger?
Yeah. I had those conversations. I was like 14, I had those conversations.
No one should have been watching porn. No one should ever, but no one should have been watching when they were 14.
Here's my solution. Yeah. And I've talked about this with my partner before, and I was like,
the OnlyFans?
Yes, I think OnlyFans, is the only moral way to watch porn, in my opinion, because you're consuming a product from someone who's making a product, and your money and your attention should be going to the person putting in the elbow grease to make that product for you. Like, if you watch porn on Pornhub, you're giving money to the fucking corporate motherfuckers who sex traffic women, and I doubt all those scenes are consensual. But if you're paying for an OnlyFans, you are also just paying your money for a product you're consuming, and it's going right to the creator.
Ideally.
Who is controlling what they do. You know, they are in control of what they are comfortable doing, and something like sex work, that's a really important thing to think about.
There are a lot of cases I've heard of where they're being manipulated by their
partner or something,
their manager.
Interesting.
To get the manager's like getting most of the fucking money.
Wow.
And I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like, what? Again, the manager's not doing no elbow grease.
No, exactly.
You know? What the fuck?
Like, it's insane. I don't know, but I also think that, like, obviously, yes, this is fascism, what I'm about to say, but I think all porn you should have to like scan an ID to view on the internet, and it should all be age restricted. That's what I think.
Yeah,
Totally. Like I don't think it's good for a kid to watch porn.
No,
in my opinion.
it's not. But then you get the fucking government is going to take that information and the corporations are going to sell it.
Yeah.
But if we would regulate the fucking corporations properly, then this wouldn't even be a second thought. Dude, if we regulated corporations, I wouldn't be scared to give out my social to anyone.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, they cannot
regulate corporations.
They cannot give, that information. They can't sell it. That's how Google makes money. Like, I'm gonna get shot in the head. I'm gonna be walking down the street and they're gonna shoot me.
Yeah.
But if something, it's the old saying.
Selling our data and everything.
Yes, it's the old saying. If something is free, you are the product. Which you like. We watch YouTube every day. We watch. We Google things every day. All of that is being sold. All of it. And your name and your phone number and your location.
With Google, it's like your attention is being sold because the advertisements are the product. Right? And your history are the products because people buy your Google searches so that they can give you ads on Instagram related to what you're looking up or related to what they pick up from your microphone.
It's criminal. It's criminal. In my opinion. But I will say the OnlyFans thing is interesting because it's showing, and maybe because it's porn. I think it's because it's porn and people they need it. They want it.
Yeah.
But they pay it reintroduced, it's kind of like Netflix. Where it's like, no, really. Where instead of Netflix going, you can watch our shit for free, but we'll get sponsors and ads. They're like, no, you're paying us, and it's directly working for them. Same with OnlyFans. It's like, you're not going to watch ads or anything like that. You're going to give me the money,
It's kind of different though, because like, it's still like, I feel like it's
safer.
It's safer for the workers.
Yeah.
I'm not, why I think it's a lot better.
Yeah, but I'm not downplaying. But also, imagine if music was like that. If we were like, okay, and if it was normal for everyone to be like, okay, you have to pay $2 for this single.
Well, that's how it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be, you have to pay to buy a CD.
But now,
listen to this.
Now, the way music is done, it's like you have to, even when CDs were coming out, they like undersold them to people. They were like, these probably won't make a lot of money. Like, they're a new product, so we'll see. And then they're like, we're going to take like most the profit, and like mass produce them for you. But they probably won't take off. So it's cool. You won't be losing much. Same thing with
like Spotify
with
fucks
streaming.
Musicians so
Dude,
bad. Streaming fucks musicians so bad.
It's always been a grind to be a musician, but now it's 4 times more.
Now it's like
grind.
Impossible to make money. Yeah.
Because it's like it's all going to Spotify. It's all going. They aren't paying us. They aren't paying fucking Bon Jovi for a CD. They're not paying to listen to it. They are paying Spotify.
You ready? I have a solution.
Go.
Only bands.
yes. But that's it's
Where
only
we
bands.
post our music and our feet pics, and people
And
pay
people
us.
and they say raunchy things in our comment section. That already happens anyway.
No, I mean, I think.
But you get what I'm saying.
Spotify is an interesting thing because it's like, I think it's so amazing to me
that we get everything.
We have all the music in the whole world at our fingertips. I don't think that streaming services being a thing is an issue. I think it's an issue that Spotify, just pay your fucking musicians.
Yeah, that's true.
Pay
That's
people
true.
better. It's just like pay people
Definitely.
better. It's like, I love the fact that I can go onto my phone
and find anything.
Listen to any song that anyone has ever made in 2 seconds.
But of course, you would want the person that you're listening to
to
get, no matter who it is. Like, you're listening to them and you're like, okay, I hope they're getting anything from
profit.
this.
They should reap the profit.
And Spotify is going to be like, oh, we're paying you. But the reason I think it wouldn't work to do just like a buy our album sort of thing is because of the state of the world.
Well, no one's going to do that.
It will because of this new thing that's been introduced, which is platforms, streaming platforms. But also the state of the world where I'm like, it's not practical to purchase someone's album and then another person's and another person. And then because
no, it's not a good financial
the
decision.
economy is fucked anyway.
Yeah.
People are fucked. So it's like, yes, Spotify, but make it less greedy. But also, Spotify, I don't think they've, and I could be way off, but I don't think they've been profitable yet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
For them?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So I'm like, what's happening? Yeah, like why what's happening is we are just going with the flow because we have to, as artists, we have to be like, okay. And if there's another form of streaming that streams right into your brain and someone just has to think about it, and we have to go along with that and purchase like spots in people's brain, we will have to go with the flow.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just insane.
In some crazy dystopian future where it's like
we
all have Neuralink and everything.
Yes, we are in a dystopian.
Dude, I will say
future,
though,
bro.
like I think my favorite thing to do in this dystopian future with streaming services and Netflix and all that is just like going back to physical media. Like you feel such a connection with the art. Like,
it's
my
insane.
partner and I, we went to Walmart and we bought a DVD and watched the DVD, and it was like the most fun experience. Like it feels so
cool.
much better to go out, buy a DVD for $5, put the DVD in your player, watch it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like
100%.
You connect with it. And same thing like when I'm really into CDs, like my car is a CD player that I really love. And like I have the Green Day album in there and I love listening to that in the car. You feel more connected to the music because you're like, I went out of my way
to get this.
And I want to listen to this. And then you want to listen to the whole album. You want to listen to it more often. You can feel it in your hands and put it in the CD. And the same thing with the vinyl.
Exactly. And the thing is, back when people were buying vinyls and CDs and everything, it's because they believed in the artist that they were buying it. Now, it's a good thing, I think, but it's like you can go check out new music and go,
anytime.
Oh, this is cool, you know?
Yeah.
So I like it for that sense, but I miss the old days where I wasn't alive, where you could go and play, and then people would be like, that was really good. I'm going to buy a CD and I'm going to fucking...
Yeah.
And that still happens, but now it's like the option, to me, sometimes I'm like, why would I buy a CD when I can just go listen to it?
Listen to it on Spotify,
You know?
yeah.
And it's because the artist is not getting a lot of money for it. But the thing is, if you want to support the artist and you want to buy their physical product, cool. But at the same time, it almost goes, my brain goes into like, it feels like charity almost.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I have Spotify.
Yeah.
You know? And it shouldn't feel like that to support someone.
It shouldn't at all.
Spotify, again, like you said, should just pay them.
Spotify should just pay their fucking artists.
Exactly, because
Spotify should just actually pay people.
It feels wrong for it to feel like me buying a CD is charity.
Yeah.
You know, buying merch is different.
Yeah, because then it's a product that you don't have access to.
Exactly. But I'm like, God damn. You know? What the...
Totally.
Anyway.
Spotify, pay your fucking artists, even though you're not going to listen to us, because we're the people who want to get your money.
Exactly.
How about one more question and then call or quits?
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Who asked the last one? I forgot.
I don't know. You want to do the last one?
Sure. Or we can read it at the same time. How about that?
Okay, yeah. Let's do it in tango.
I don't think we should. Oh, we already read that, I think.
Okay. Oh, we got
a brand new one.
Brand new one. Just came in like 5
From
seconds
Sour
ago.
Patch.
Ready at the same time.
Not a question, but one of your vids mentioned NSP, and I saw it after I'd been watching your vids on IG and listening to your music. My fave RN is Taco Bell, and I need more of that in my life.
You know what's interesting about how we processed that paragraph is the RN. I internalize as RN, and I internalize as right now.
Yeah.
Because every time I read like stuff like that, I'm like, oh, my fave right now. Or like if someone says TN,
RN.
like my fave tonight is
Yeah,
Taco
yeah.
Bell.
I say RN sometimes, like out loud as a joke, but that's how I read it in my head is RN, but I know what it means.
Yeah.
Obviously. And when they're saying N, it's and, obviously.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I was saying N and.
Yeah.
It's like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Rock N' Roll.
I didn't really pay attention to what they were asking.
There's not a question.
Oh, really?
I didn't pay attention to any of it, if I'm being honest, because I was so focused on making sure I got the words right.
Yeah, wait, this doesn't make any sense at all. One of your vids mentioned Ninja Sex Party, and I saw it after I've been watching your vids on Instagram and listening to your music. And I need more of that
question.
in my life.
They said not a question, but yeah, cool.
Sick.
All right. Well, you've been watching. What a note to end on. We're homestyle dinner rolls,
and you've been listening to Too Damn Loud.
All right, freestyle.
Yo, I'm drinking my mango monster and it's my favorite day and I'm on my home style dinner roll shit. That's what I'm talking about. I go outside, I can't even get out. I go to work every day. I flip the burgers and then I say, hey, come get your fucking burgers, please. And they say, okay, here is $15.99 for a burger.
$15.99 for a
I am making a burger for the people of Provo. Utah, Provo, Utah, that's my favorite thing that I do for you. Yeah, Provo, Utah, BYU. It's the greatest place in the world. That isn't even true. A little bit. I don't know what I said that. Yo, Salt Lake City. Every day I wake up and feel shitty.
Name is Jake.
My name is Jake, and I go down the street and I go to McDonald's and I say, one please, yo.
Laundry. I like doing laundry. My name is Jake, and I like doing laundry. Yeah, sit down, relax. I'm gonna show you how it's done. I'll spit some facts. You got Danny on the right and Jake on the left. You got a 0 Monster Energy, Ultra Sunrise, and a 0 calories, and an ID 14. My name is Jake, and I'm a drink pee. I drink pee. Goodbye.